Have you ever imagined what it would be like to live with a body that defies all normal human proportions? For some people around the world, that is the reality. Whether it is enormous arms, gigantic fingers, or even eyelashes that go beyond all limits, these individuals possess such impressive physical traits that they often become fascinating to the entire world. It is these people with gigantic body parts that you are going to meet today. Adrienne Lewis is a young American who rose to prominence for having an incredibly long tongue, measuring about 10.1 centimeters. She believes she has the longest tongue in the world and has already reached out to the Guinness Book for official recognition, although it has not yet been confirmed that she holds the record. With her impressive ability, Adrienne can perform feats like licking her own elbow, touching her nose, and even reaching her eyes with her tongue. After realizing her tongue was longer than usual and that she had these unusual abilities, she began recording videos and documenting exactly those feats, which quickly went viral and made her famous. Because of the popularity she gained through social media, many television shows and media outlets contacted her so she could appear and showcase her feats on screen, proving it was not faked, since many people suspected it might be a hoax. Mossy Curran is a young American from Austin, Texas, who rose to worldwide fame for having the longest legs in the world. In 2020, at 17 years old, she made it into the Guinness World Records with her left leg measuring 1 meter and 35 centimeters and her right one measuring 1 meter and 34 centimeters for a total height of 2 meters and 8 centimeters, with her legs accounting for more than 60% of her stature. Currently at 21 years old, Mossy continues to inspire tall people to embrace their height. She shares her journey on social media, highlighting both the challenges and advantages of her unique stature. For example, she mentions difficulties in finding suitable clothing and the need to have custom-made pants. In addition, she also mentions experiencing a certain type of prejudice from people's stares, which are often impossible for them to hide. Mossy also uses her platform to empower other tall women, encouraging them to see height as a gift rather than something bad. Rümeysa Gelgi is a Turkish web developer who gained recognition for being the tallest woman in the world, standing at 2 meters and 15 centimeters tall. She also holds the record for the longest female finger in the world, measuring 11.2 centimeters. All these traits of the Turkish woman are a result of Weaver syndrome, a rare genetic condition that speeds up growth and leads to tall stature and other physical particularities. Due to her height, Rümeysa faces daily challenges, such as needing to use a wheelchair for most of her mobility, although she can walk short distances with the help of a walker. In September of 2022, she took her first plane flight, an experience that required special arrangements, like removing several rows of seats to accommodate her comfortably. Her back and hands are also considered the largest in the world among women. Her back measures 50.90 centimeters, her right hand measures 20.93 centimeters, and her left one measures 20.26 centimeters. Rümeysa uses her platform to raise awareness about rare medical conditions and promote diversity. Tanya Herbert, an American who is 38 years old, was recognized by the Guinness World Records as the woman with the biggest feet in the world. Her feet measure about 33 centimeters in length, which corresponds to a men's size 48 in her local sizing scale. With a height of 2 meters and 6 centimeters, Tanya inherited her stature from her parents, as her mother was 1 meter and 96 centimeters tall, and her father was 1 meter and 93 centimeters tall. One of the main challenges Tanya faces is finding women's shoes in her size. Until recently, she only wore men's footwear, such as sneakers or loafers, due to the lack of women's options in her size. After gaining recognition, she has been working with footwear companies to develop women's models for those with large feet. Tanya also shares her journey on social media and hopes that her story helps raise awareness about the need for more shoe options for people with non-standard shoe sizes. Yu Jianxia, a Chinese woman from Jiangsu province, holds the Guinness World Records title for the longest eyelashes in the world. In May of 2021, her eyelashes measured 20.5 centimeters, beating her own previous record of 12.4 centimeters set in 2016. She first noticed the unusual growth of her eyelashes in 2015, and since then, they have continued growing slowly. Despite consulting several health professionals, no medical explanation was found for this phenomenon. Yu Jianxia mentioned that no one in her family has eyelashes as long as hers, making the case even more unique. Interestingly, she claims that her long eyelashes do not negatively affect her daily life. On the contrary, they help her save time on makeup, working like a natural eyeliner. Andrea Ivanova is a Bulgarian woman who gained notoriety for pursuing the largest lips in the world. She has undergone more than 30 lip filler procedures, spending about $30,000 to achieve this goal. In addition to her lips, Andrea also underwent procedures to enhance her cheekbones, aiming to have both the world's largest lips and the largest cheekbones. In February of 2024, Andrea underwent 6 cosmetic procedures in a single day, including fillers in her lips and cheekbones. She shares her journey on social media, where she gained notoriety and consequently many followers. According to reports, Andrea expresses satisfaction with her appearance and plans to continue having cosmetic procedures to reach her goals. She also states that even though she sees some negative comments and looks directed her way, because of her choice, she feels happy and beautiful, and that is what matters. Lyudmila Tichenкова is a young Ukrainian who drew attention for having an incredibly long neck. At only 16 years old, she was already drawing attention because of this condition. Although there are no official records confirming that she has the longest neck in the world, her condition is visibly distinctive, and certainly, if it is not the longest, it is among the longest out there. After all, it measures 17.78 centimeters. Reports indicate that Lyudmila may have Marfan syndrome, a genetic disorder that affects connective tissue and can influence the growth of bones and joints. In her case, the syndrome may have caused a curvature in her spine, resulting in the impression of a more elongated neck. It is worth noting that even with measurements performed on television shows proving the incredible length of her neck, she has yet to be recognized by the record book and apparently is seeking that recognition, since, in addition to recognition, it would be beneficial financially. Roberto Esquivel Cabrera is a Mexican man who gained notoriety in 2015 by claiming to have the largest male genital organ in the world, measuring 48 centimeters in length. However, medical examinations revealed that a significant portion of that measurement is made up of stretched skin rather than functional erectile tissue. Experts suggested that he could benefit from a reduction surgery, but Cabrera chose to maintain his condition, aiming for recognition by the Guinness World Records since it was bringing him attention and consequently fame. It is worth noting that the record book does not have a category for this kind of record. Nevertheless, with his recognition and requests, he hopes that this will be included so he can be acknowledged. Thomas Wetters, also known as Thomas Wadhouse, was a performer born in Yorkshire, England in the 18th century. He is recognized for having had the longest nose ever recorded in history, measuring an impressive 19 centimeters in length. During his lifetime, Wetters displayed his remarkable feature in circuses and fairs, becoming a well-known figure in his region. Although details about his personal life are scarce, his anatomical peculiarity earned him a place in historical records. However, more recently, we have an official recognition by the record book, in which Mehmet Özürek from Turkey was acknowledged as the man with the longest nose in the world. His nose measured 8.8 centimeters when measured on March 18th of 2010. He held this title until his passing on May 18th of 2023 at 73 years of age due to a heart attack. Both Thomas and Mehmet are marked in history with their respective recognitions, one with the longest nose of all time, though not recognized by the record book, and the other with the most recent recognized longest nose in the record book. Anastasia Pokreshchuk is a Ukrainian model who gained notoriety for her prominent cheeks, the result of several cosmetic procedures. Since she was 26 years old, she has invested more than 1,600 euros in filler injections to increase the volume of her cheeks. In 2022, at 33 years old, Anastasia shared on social media that she had undergone new procedures to intensify the volume of her cheeks, making her appearance stand out even more, which indeed started grabbing people's attention even further. After all, her cheeks are truly very large and completely out of the ordinary when compared to other people. Despite criticism and negative comments, she expresses satisfaction with her current appearance and does not mind other people's opinions. Anastasia says that she loves herself and is happy with her decision to modify her appearance as she sees fit. Runa Begum was an Indian child who, from birth, faced hydrocephalus, a condition characterized by the excessive buildup of cerebrospinal fluid in the brain. This condition caused her head to grow significantly, reaching 94 centimeters in circumference, nearly 3 times the normal size for her age. At 18 months old, Runa underwent a successful surgery to drain the excess fluid from her brain, which resulted in a significant reduction in the size of her head. Nevertheless, it was still well above the average considered normal, and for this reason, her case drew worldwide attention. Unfortunately, Runa passed away in 2017 at 5 years old due to complications related to hydrocephalus, and her loss deeply saddened many people who followed her story. Diana Armstrong, a resident of Minnesota in the United States, is recognized by the Guinness World Records as the woman with the longest fingernails in the world. She has not cut her nails since 1997, following the tragic loss of her 16-year-old daughter Letitia, who died from an asthma attack in her sleep. Since then, Diana decided to let her nails grow as a way to honor her daughter. On March 13th of 2022, the total length of her nails reached 13 meters and 600 millimeters, surpassing the length of a school bus. The longest nail on her right thumb measures 1 meter and 38 centimeters, while the shortest, on her left pinky finger, is 1 meter and 9 centimeters. Maintaining these nails requires special care. Diana relies on help from her grandchildren to paint them, a process that can take up to 5 hours and use about 20 bottles of nail polish. Because of their length, she needs special tools to perform everyday tasks, like opening doors. Jeff Dabe is a heavy equipment operator and arm wrestling competitor from the United States, recognized for the unusually large size of his upper limbs. His forearms measure about 50 centimeters in circumference, and his ring finger is about 5 centimeters in diameter. Interestingly, there are no medical conditions such as gigantism or elephantiasis that explain the size of his arms. Dabe began his arm wrestling career in 1981 and quickly earned the nickname Popeye due to his resemblance to the cartoon character. In 1996, he sustained an injury to his right elbow during a competition, which forced him to step away from the sport. However, in 2012, he returned to competitions using only his left arm and won the state title in Minnesota. In 2021, he achieved the World Championship title from the International Arm Wrestling Federation, becoming a reference in the sport as well as being very well known for the size of his arms. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this.